Hi, Eva here. I'm finally feeling well enough to get back in my studio and do a little creating today. It's just going to be a fun little exercise. I did a little sketch of some rainbow carrots that I bought with the tops on, and I'll put a picture on my video here so you can see them. And today I thought I would do a little experiment. So we are actually painting, or I am, you can paint on whatever you want. I am actually going to be painting on Yupo paper, which of course Yupo paper is not paper at all. It's a sheet of plastic. And I think it comes from the printing industry, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, that's what we're going to do, and it's just going to be loose and free because that's what Yupo is definitely best for. So let's get some colors out and get started. So I'm using my regular standard palettes. I have 12 colors on here, and let's just start over here. Get some yellow out. That's my transparent yellow. And on this palette, that's most of my colors here, Winsor Newton, but it doesn't matter. Whatever you got. You can even do this with ink, or you can do it with cheap watercolors if that's all you have. And let's get some quinacridone gold out. We'll put that over here. So there we have that. And I'll use my little spray bottle, get the rest of the pigment out. There we have it. And as you know, I always mush my colors around, make sure it doesn't have any gunk in them. I clean my brush out, wipe it on my water control station here, and then I go into one of my clean water containers. I have two here so I don't have to run back and forth when I mess up and dirty up one of my clean ones. So that was the yellows. Let's go with some red, my quinacridone red here. Get some more of that one out and spray. And get the rest of the pigment out. And so let's see, what else do I want to do? I think I want to also get some of my permanent magenta, because some of these carrots, they're kind of purpley, and that would be good to have in my painting. I'm thinking I'm leaving the background white. We'll see what happens. Probably I'll be splattering, or who knows what I'll be doing. This is just playtime, folks. So have fun with it. And rinse that out. And now let's go over to the blues. I do think I want a little bit of the French ultramarine blue. Put some on over here. Needs a little bit more water. French ultramarine blue is one of those colors that kind of dry, at least in a Winsor Newton brand, they dry kind of hard, so they need a little bit more water to reconstitute, I feel. And the reason I like French ultramarine blue, well, there's many reasons. It's just a beautiful color, point one. Point two, it does beautiful granulation, which I like, and that could come in handy. It's a warm blue, meaning that it's leaning more kind of towards the purpley side, so it'll give us some beautiful violets and purples if I mix it with the red, and it'll give me some more neutral greens if I mix it with yellow. Now let's go for a potent, strong, cool green, which is my Antwerp. It's not cool blue is what I wanted to say. Gives me some brilliant, brilliant green. So that's my Antwerp. So I'll put that over here. It's a very pigment loaded color. And a little bit more, so that'll be that. And then I think I got what I want. So basically, we're working with the primary colors. The one that breaks the rule the most is the permanent magenta. But if you only paint with the red, blue, and yellow, that'll work just as well. I just felt like getting some more colors out today. So let's see. Let's get started with just putting some water on this carrot. So I'm just putting some water inside, not all the way out to the lines. I'm going to try and lift it up so you can see. And I don't know if you can see it here, but it's kind of beating up a little bit. So the thing about Yupo, because nothing sinks into this because it's a plastic sheet. And the other thing is, I have had this piece of Yupo paper in my bag for a while, so who knows how many sticky fingers I got on here. So we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. So I'm just going to put some of some of my quinacridone gold in here. And I'm not even going to rinse out. I'm going to dip in and get a little bit of that permanent magenta. Yeah, it's not really wanting to spread much, is it? Let's see here, I might have to. And now I'm going to go in and get a little bit of the transparent yellow one and see if I can get it to go out here to my edges. Let's dip in and put a little bit of red in too. As I said, this is going to be just for fun. I'm thinking I want my light over from this side, so I'll do it a little bit more color on this side. And since it doesn't sink into the paper or anything like that, we'll just have to let it sit and dry on its own. So here's that. And I'm going to let it run. See if I can get it out here on the edges. And turn it around. Let's get a little bit of that transparent yellow in here. So I can see there's resist right here. It's resisting. All right, we'll just leave it at that. And then let me try and see. I'm going to use like this little flat. It's just kind of it's a cheap brush, and it's a half-inch short flat, and it's actually meant for masking fluid. So I'm thinking, let's try and see if it would help if I scrub a little bit inside with water, kind of like as if I was cleaning up a little bit. We'll see how that would work. To see if I'll get a better result, not so much resisting as I have over there. And I'll use this little brush. Let's do this one more orange. So I'm starting out with the red, my quinacridone red, putting it on here, this shadow side, all the way down here. I do feel that this one is not resisting as much. Can you tell? So maybe that scrubbing did help. And now let's put in a little bit of the quinacridone gold on the sunny side of the carrot. A little bit more here. There. All right. And I think I might put a little bit of the French ultramarine in up here just to darken it. Put a little bit up here too. They're darker up there on the tops. Put a little bit down here, maybe it's a little dirty. There. All right. And since I think that helped, I'll do the same thing with this one here. Kind of scrub around a little bit with this flat brush with the water inside the carrot. See if I can, get some of that, whatever, oil, sticky fingers, who knows, off here. And get the colors to spread a little bit better. Alrighty, so that one, that can be more of a yellow carrot. Put that on, and and I'll put a little bit, that was the transparent yellow, and now I'm going to put a little bit of the quinacridone gold in on this side and up here, a little bit down here. And don't worry too much if you get outside the lines. I think I'm thinking I'll probably go and use some ink work once this is dry. I think it'll lend itself really well to that. So there's that one. I might just want to darken it a little bit, a couple of places. There, with that was with the quinacridone red. And lift it up. So the thing about Yupo paper is the colors are going to be very brilliant because they're not sinking into anything. Let's see if I can get this line a little bit better. Darken a little bit here. See if I can do that. Yeah, I think that works. A little bit down here. So the colors will be very brilliant. It's super easy. I mean, you can basically just, if you don't like what you get, hold it under the faucet and all of the color will just run off again. So it can be used, your paper can actually be used many times. It's excellent for just practicing things, and there's no waste involved, and every time something doesn't go the way you want, don't think that that's a failure. It's not a failure, it's a learning experience. If nothing else, sometimes we learn what not to do, and nothing wrong with that. So this one I wanted really dark. I think that would be nice. So let's get some of that wonderful permanent magenta. And let's see here. Put a little bit of the French ultramarine blue into it. Put in more of the permanent magenta in. Might put a little bit of the red in. There we go. And I think I might even go in and take a little bit of the Antwerp here and put a little bit of the permanent magenta in there. Just want it really, really dark. There's that. And then let's go in and do some more of that permanent magenta on the other side. So, you can see I always flip my painting around so that I can easily get to where I need to go without getting my hands in the wet paint. And this is going to stay wet for quite a while because it's not sinking into anything. So I'm thinking I need a little bit of a stronger color, so I went back in and got some more permanent magenta with more pigment and less water, and I'm gonna just see if I can get that in here, especially behind here would be good. And get it up there, a little bit of the blue in there. And maybe I want to get a little bit more of the, I think I want to get a little bit of the red and make it kind of a, let's see here, I mixed it with some of the quinacridone gold, and so I'm getting almost a little bit like a burnt sienna color. So I want to put some of that in. There. And then let's hold it over like that and see if we can get that to just run over there a little bit more. And here, maybe I can pick up a little bit, like a little highlight there. See, that worked. And I might actually want to do the same here on this one. You can see picking up color on these carrots is going to be super easy because nothing is sinking into the Yupo paper. Alrighty, I have to wait with this one. Well, I think I can get away with it. Let's try. I was just, because it's touching, but you know what? What about, since this one's in front of that one, I'll just leave a white highlight on there, just leave a little area. That should work. And this one I think I want it orange. And again, I'm doing that little bit of scrubbing inside the carrot to hopefully get some of that, whatever, film off, dirt. Let's see. There we are. So let's start with the red. Put that all the way down. And here again, I think I'll strengthen my color a little bit. Go down here. This one could actually go kind of off. I like that. Let's get a little bit of the transparent yellow in. A little bit more. Let those mix. Make a nice orange. Get a little bit of the quinacridone gold in. Dab that in. A little bit more of the red. And rinse it out, my brush, and let's see here. Let's just get a little bit more of the transparent yellow here on this light side of the carrot. And a little bit clean here. And I will just like that. Okay, so that's the first layer, and we can't really layer a whole lot, but we'll find out when we do the next one. Now I have to let it dry, and I'll get back once this is dry, and then we'll see what we have to work with and go from there. So I gave it a little time, and everything has dried, and I'm quite happy with it. I don't think I want to mess around with it too much more as far as the carrots themselves go, other than I'm going to do some line work on it with my ink pens later. But now we want to get those tops in, and they're very lacy and fun. And I already beefed up my colors a little bit, got some more of the quinacridone gold and the transparent yellow. And I have my blues here, and then I have some reds and a purple if I need to tone things down. So I think it's time to get the little rigger brush out and just run it through. I'm going to start out here with the Antwerp blue, and I'm just going to run some of those little tops, just random. They are very lazy, those tops on the carrots. And just like that. Some of them kind of go down a little bit. And now I think, without rinsing out my brush, I'm actually going to go in and get a little bit of the French ultramarine, get a little color variation. And just, you know, you can see I'm just holding my brush just very lightly. And there we go. And now my thought is, I'm going to go in and get a little bit of the, before things dry here, I actually want to go in and get a little bit of the yellow into some of these here. So that right away, of course, turns green. which is what I want eventually. And I like that. I think that looks really fun. Let's get some of the transparent yellow in. Rinse it out. And now I am going to take my dot bottle, and I'm holding my hand over the carrots, and now I'm just going to spray in a little bit of water, and I'm going to go back in now with my rigger brush and try and see if I can create some of those leafy little shapes that is the tops and the leaves on the carrots. So just go in and just dab around, run through here some of these. Let's get a little bit of that in. And just dabbing around and do some more spraying. Get some more of that. Ooh, I like that. That turned out good. Let's get some down here too. A little bit down here. So I'm just dabbing my, I'm not rinsing out my brush in between. I'm just kind of dabbing it through. And then it's gonna, wherever it hits some of these puddles, it gives me that leafy feeling. Ooh, I love it. This is fun, folks. And just a little bit more, I think. You know how it is, less is more. So I'm getting very close to the time where I'm telling myself better stop while I'm ahead. I want to have a little bit of that green in between here, maybe a little bit down here on the other side. Let's let it run out. Let's see what we can do. Yeah. Almost there, in my opinion. Maybe I should splatter in a little bit also. If everything else fails, a little splatter never hurts. It kind of needs to go off the edge a couple of places there. There we have it. Oh, I'm getting it out of your picture frame. All right. I think I might just splatter a little bit more just down here, just so, as you know, I like to say perfection is highly overrated in watercolor, especially when you're on Yupo. Don't expect perfection. Expect fun surprises. That's what you can expect. And just go with the flow. It's that kind of a painting. Let's just get a little bit darker in here. Just get a little bit down here. There. I like it. And I'm just going to let it dry now. And there might be a couple of places where I'm thinking it's a little too solid. What if I do like that? Just with Kleenex. Got it in. Sorry, I was out of there. So what I did, I took my Kleenex and I just you know, where I have those little puddles that are maybe a little solid, I just kind of dab in and pick some of that up just to lighten it. And there. Stop, Eva, stop, 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 stop. Don't mess with it anymore. All right, let's leave it like this, and then we'll finish off with some pen work. I think it's almost dry now, yeah. And here you can see, I'm very happy with it. I could leave it just the way it is if I wanted to, but I did want to go in and just do a little bit of line work, and I just wanted to show you, I'm grabbing another little cheap brush that's meant for applying masking fluid. And it's a number 4, it says. That's a decent point, and it's, you know, the bristles are a little bit stiffer than my good watercolor brushes. If you wanted to, if you think you have some areas that are a little too solid, you can always go in, just lift out a little bit of paint if you need to. I don't really feel that I need to, and I like it the way it looks because it's interesting, because I didn't mix myself a green and then, you know, paint with green. I painted with the yellows, you know, the quinacridone gold, transparent yellow, French ultramarine blue, and the Antwerp blue. And that gave me all those different kinds of greens. So next thing is I have these micron pens in different thicknesses. I have a 01, 08, 05, and 03, another 05. So let me just start with the thinnest one, which is the 01. Of course, it's the last one I got here. Here we are. So first, I want to go in and just do a little bit of line work. Now, I'm not going to outline the whole carrot. That's way too boring. So I'm just going to go in and do a little bit of line work, and then I'm going to do a few of these little roots like that. Maybe one like that. And they also have these little markings, you know, where a little bit of the dirt is still stuck in the carrots. There. And that worked out really well, so let's do it again. And sometimes it's good to vary your line, even though I am kind of in love with that thin one, but here's a little bit of a thicker line that I can use for this one. Maybe I should put a little bit of a thick line on there. And then in here. And then going with my thin one. And here's my overlapping. And then let's go in here and do the thicker one right there. And just be quick about it. Don't think too much. Overthinking these kinds of paintings is not going to make a better painting. Less is more. We're just suggesting, we're giving that fun feel of these wonderful rainbow carrots. And let's go in with the fat one here and the dark one. Down here, give it some of these little thingamajigs. And we have our last one here, and remember that was the one that didn't really want to flow out, but it doesn't matter. I like it the way it looks actually. There we go. A couple more here. Get some of these little thingamajigs on. And there's the carrots. And now let's go in and just emphasize a couple of these tops, carrot tops. And again, don't want to overdo it. That is just too much fun. I hope you'll try it out. Have some fun with this. And if you haven't already, please hit the button below and subscribe to my videos, and if you hit the little bell, then you'll get a little notification every time I upload a new one. And actually, I am in the process of getting some live streaming going, so we could interact together. So you'll, especially if you subscribe, you'll be notified. And that's coming up, I would say, the next week or so. I'm working on it. I'm just waiting to get a better microphone. And then I've been studying to figure out exactly how best to do some live streams so that it's a decent quality. Because, I like to watch live streams, but it is a little distracting if the quality is really, really bad. So I would like to do a good job before I get started on that. I've done one test live stream. Oh gosh, it's probably almost a year ago by now. But anyway, there you have it. Have fun painting, and I'll see you in another YouTube. Happy painting!